Hi there, and thank you for stopping by. This is going to be a reading for pick a card. So if you were drawn to click on this video, obviously there might be a message here for you, and it's a pick a card reading, and this is on the area of your life that it's calling you to focus on. So there is with astrology, there is different houses that to the houses are divided into different houses. You see kind of how they're pie shaped and cut. Each one oh my god, I can't think of that word. Signifies a different area of your life. So we're gonna see, maybe there's something that you need to see, maybe there's something that you're missing, maybe there's something that you just need a reminder, and you can just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Maybe there's just a little message that you need to see, but obviously you were drawn here for a reason. So let's see. And these readings are timeless, so anytime you run into them, it can resonate for you. There's times where maybe one area of your life is calling, and then you click again, and then it's another area of your life that it's asking you to pay attention to. So who knows? You can come in and see whenever you feel you need to. So let's see what these cards are. So if you picked, well, first of all, you want to go ahead and take a good look at the cards and see which one is calling you more. It could be for a reason. So maybe take a deep breath. Exhale. Ooh, I needed that too. I get nervous doing these videos, and maybe that's why I say and kind of repeat myself, but I'm trying to get better at explaining. I get tongue-tied. It's not easy doing these videos, but I love doing it, and I love sending a message across, and I would love to hear your input, even if it's just anything to help me. If it's a suggestion or criticism, I'm open for anything, good or bad. Comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, whatever. But okay, so we took a deep breath. Now we're back to getting drawn to which one is calling. So you can screenshot this and save it, and you can always come back to it. So now let's take a look what each card means. So the 7th house in astrology, it has to do with your partnerships. It has to do with anybody that's other than you. It could be your spouse, it could be a business partner, it can be your co-workers, but it's usually somebody that you're you're contracted, and you're binded with the contract. So usually it's a spouse. Also, sometimes people can consider this house being as the enemy house, because what happens when you get a divorce is it can be the enemy, right? So yeah, it's like your open enemies there too. That can mean that too. But we're gonna stay simple and just start with marriage partner, any business partnerships, anything like that. So that's if you picked card number 1. If you picked card number 2, it has to do with the 10th house. So the 10th house has to do with what is visible, what people can see. It has to do with your status, your career. It has to do with your reputation. It has to do with your vocational purpose, and the way that you take your power. So how you yeah, so it would be, yeah, your career status, reputation, your career purpose, what people can see. And a lot of times that can be, it's your status, whether it's personal or whatever, because it's a visible house. People can see what is going on there. So but for for easy read would be just your status, your career, and your reputation. That would it's that. So if you picked card number 3, it is the 4th house, and the 4th house has to do more with your home, where your comfort place is. It has to do with maybe your parents, your roots, the way you grew up, and maybe your inner security. So yeah, or you could be a Cancer. You could have a lot of Cancer placements in your astrological card if you picked card number 3. If you picked, and it doesn't have to be, it's just maybe that's the area of life that you need to focus on. If for card number 10, you could be a Capricorn, or have maybe a lot of placements there, or you could just be embodying that energy, or maybe for others it could be just that you need to focus on that area. This is why you clicked on it. And then if it's the first card that you picked, which is the 7th house, the 7th house is the Libra card, and it has to do with partnerships. You could be a Libra, you could be embodying a Libra, you could have to do a lot with other people, like caring for people, taking care of others. It has to do with others. Or you could have a lot of Libra placements in your astrological chart as well. Or maybe just for others, it's a message just that you, this is what it's calling you to focus on. Your marriage, your partnerships, your work partnerships, whatever it is that you have a contract with. So let's see what the message, we're going to go ahead and pull some tarot and see what the message is for you here. So for the 7th house, what is it that they need to know? What are the messages? There could be an inner knowing that you know of what is happening. Maybe you're just not saying a lot. You're just keeping to yourself. There's something here that has you burdened about another person, whether it's a spouse, partnership, or whatever it is. You just feel like, stabbed in the back. It could be. And lately, you just feel like you need to keep to yourself. Your intuition is on a heightened state at the moment. Maybe in a situation here, there is no hope. You feel like there is no hope. There is no fixing. There is no, there's no hope. Maybe there was a lot of tears that were shed already. And you're kind of just, you feel like you hit the end already. There is a lot of mental energy here. So maybe you could be lost in your thoughts a lot, but you feel like there is no sense of fighting for anything here. There is no clarity here. There's nothing that you really want to clarify. There's nothing that you see that's groundbreaking, or that there is to fix here. With the Hangman here, there is a kind of a sense of you just waiting out for things just to kind of go how, you know, life needs to go. Maybe for waiting for things to end, waiting for things to just lose its hope. So yeah, just there's a sense here of you just keeping quiet, keeping to yourself. There is no new beginnings here of wanting to communicate or anything here. Anything else that might want to come out? How does the other person feel? How does the other person feel? What are the feelings of the other person? This person, whether it's a work partnership, partner, spouse, whatever, they would like to see better days with you. But they also feel like there's no growth here. There's no material gain. There is nothing that can grow from this anymore. Maybe there's been a lot of harsh words that were spoken here between both. What will their actions be? This person is just going to go ahead and take a lead of their own life and kind of just worry. Or maybe they want to take a lead of the family. They also feel like they've been stabbed in the back for some reason. They feel like it's a burden as well. Most possible outcome. Yeah, the most possible outcome is just letting all the ones, and it's already at the end. Both of you have already endured a lot in the relationship. So it's already time to just let go of all this weight that you have, and for them to let go of the weight that is weighing heavy here, and just kind of finish things off, I guess. Advice for card number 1. Any advice? Maybe addictions could be there could be addictions or obsessions here, and it could have to do with money, work, or it could be addiction to work, money. Maybe healing all the toxicity that's here can help. That would be an advice to work on, or something to work on. And then starting fresh with or without the person, and planning, setting up a plan, planning for the future. Something that's stable and you can mature with materially as well. So that is your message if you picked pile card number 1. And I hope you found this entertainment, and I hope this resonated with you. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. So if you got card number 2, pile number 2, which is the 10th house, and this again has to do with career status, and anything that has to do with vocational purpose, and your reputation too, because usually when your status changes, your reputation changes, right? So this could be something that you are being called to focus on, your career, your status, and taking your power and what your vocational purpose. Maybe this is something that you are needing to focus on at the moment. And let's see what your messages are. So what are the messages for the 10th house, pile number 2? What are the messages for pile number 2? What do they need to know? What is going on? What do they need to focus on? Messages on what they need to focus on for pick a card number 2. My dog, sorry. That was not me. It's my dog. She's next to me, being nosy. Oh, here we go. So we have the 5 of Wands. So maybe at work there's a lot of competition. And yeah, there is like a race here. You feel like maybe there is, or maybe you need to be a little bit more competitive. Maybe that's what the message that you do need to hear. There's a sense of competitiveness, of winning at all costs. Yes, maybe there is a message here about you wanting to win at all costs, working hard. And taking lead of your life. Maybe at the moment you could be going through a lot of nostalgic memories as well. Or maybe you could be working, I don't know, I'm picking up maybe you could be working with somebody that from childhood. Or maybe there is a lot of childhood friends that you work with. It could be a family setting. There could be children that you work with as well. There's children here. And yeah, maybe this message is just telling you that you need to focus more on perfecting your craft when it comes to your career, so you can be able to take lead of your own life. And it could be, I'm working with children, and maybe being a little bit more competitive in your work. But there is a need here to having to take leadership. You most definitely want to take leadership here. Maybe there is a position that you can apply for that's going to be a better status for you, a change of status, because the 10th house also talks about change of status. That could be another thing too. Maybe at the moment you need to review and see how long you've come or how much you worked at a certain position. Maybe it's time to take a higher position, like I just said earlier. There could be a sense of you being stuck in your head, maybe thinking that you're not good enough for a position. But however, this pick-a-pile is asking you to maybe it's time to focus more on your career and on your status and on your reputation. For some of you, you feel like a reputation has taken, maybe there was a change in status of like a partnership status or a significant other status that kind of changed your reputation or changed your status that in career, and you just feel like everybody has eyes on you, but everybody else is not going to pay your bills. You need to focus on what you need to focus, which is your career and making sure your status is in good standings. Yeah, it's time to strategize with the King of Swords here. You should be strategizing and planning ahead. Kind of, you know, how should I say this? Yeah, planning ahead and being strategic about your plans for your to change your status or to grow in that sector of your life. Again, with the Emperor, maybe there could be a business that you're trying to open up, and maybe there is a lot of planning that you need to do here, and you have the strength to do it. Just make sure that you don't get so caught up in stress that you are kind of reflecting emotions on others. Also the Strength card talks about you being able to controlling your temper, controlling your attitude, controlling your the way you act, so taming your lion, you know. So there is also maybe a message for you that although it could get stressful too, you need to make sure that you do tame that lion, tame the head of yours, you know, tame yourself, and kind of think before you act. But that is the message for you if you picked card pile number 2. And let's see, I hope you connected with this and you got some kind of little message from here. And if you have any questions, or if you would like any other kind of readings, suggest it on the comments and I can try to do my best. Thank you so much. And then now if you picked the 3rd card, which is your 4th house, and your 4th house has to do with your home, with your family, with your roots, it has to do with your parents maybe, and your inner security. That is what it has to do with. So now, with all that being said, let's see what the universe wants you to know, what you need to know. What is the message that card number 3 needs to know? And again, you could be a Cancer, or you could have a lot of Cancer placements here. You could be embodying, maybe lately you just feel like being home more. Or maybe there is a message for you to be, that's what you need to focus on, is being home a little bit more. And it could be different things for different people. Can you close the door? Thank you. Gracias. Sorry, I think it's noisy. And yeah, Judgment. So maybe there is there's a calling here that something needs to change within your home dynamic. Whether it's with your parents, with your security, with your inner security. Maybe you feel like it could be that you haven't moved out of your home, your parents' home, and you feel kind of like lost if you move. With the Hanged Man here, maybe maybe you waited so long and you just had how can I say this? you've waited a long time for maybe your parents to take care of you, or it could be you take care of your parents, and they're just kind of like, that's the routine. There is a change that needs to be made here. Let's see what else is coming out. There's also, when it's talking about your roots as well, what I'm picking up with the Judgment card, that maybe there is something that you need to forgive. Somebody in your childhood, maybe in your inner security, in your home. There's somebody that you need to forgive. You need to also forgive yourself, because the Judgment card also talks about maybe you've been stuck in a certain way, doing things a certain way for a long time, that now it's time to change those things in order to heal. Maybe there is a lot of things that you're just holding on to, and it could be having to do with emotions that you didn't want to see with the Hangman here. Things that you haven't been wanting to look at because you're busy judging other people. Maybe it could be the people in your home that are like that towards you. And it's time to change things around at home, and this is why it's asking you to focus on what is going on inside your house, inside. There could be a lot of secrets, because the 4th house also talks about secrets. There could be a lot of secrets that are hidden there, that are locked away, and maybe it's time to talk about some stuff. There could be a sense of you feeling like you were blindsided, or something going on at home that you're not seeing, and that's why it's calling you to concentrate more in your home. With the 2 of Swords here, she's not seeing certain things. Her eyes are covered, so it's like having a blindfold. Oh, there's certain things about certain people in your home, things at home, situations at home that you haven't been wanting to deal with, that it's time to deal with them now. With the Judgment card, it's telling you it's time to, things can no longer go on the way that they are going, and it's time to make a change, because you're just repeating cycle after cycle, and it's time to kind of let the old die already. If there is somebody that you need to forgive, you need to forgive them and let that go, and tell yourself, I forgive you, and I forgive you for me. And if it's yourself, that you need to forgive yourself already. If there's anything that you feel that you've been judged wrongly about, it's time. Or if you feel like you done something wrong, it's time to forgive yourself and heal from that situation. You've been hanging on here way too long in suspense, and it's time to take off like the blindfold and take off all these locks from your home. I hope this is making sense for you. For some, it could be a situation with a kid. It could be a situation with somebody else at home, with a parent, with just something that's going on at home, or maybe even with your immediate family. Yeah, and once you start working on yourself and healing that aspect of yourself, then you'll see that there'll be a new emotional beginning coming in. And you'll know that, things that happen, it was destined to happen. There's no changes that can be made. So we can just go ahead and forgive, and know that we have become a better person and do the better thing. and grow from it instead of staying there and holding grudges or just being judgmental of other people. Even when it comes to yourself, forgiving yourself. Just know that things were just destined to happen. Destined to happen. And once you release all that and you have a renewed emotional sense for your home and for your family and your inner roots, and know why things have happened the way that they happened, and know that there was destiny here, you'll be able to work on your legacy, on your future, something that is structured, that is going to be long lasting. Maybe for some of you, it has been a disappointment, for a money disappointment, and you just feel like you just can't get away from a poverty mindset. But this is, maybe for others, there's been a lack of money coming in. But you also need to see that there is another outlet here. See how this, on the Four of Cups, this person is not wanting to see at the little swan or the dove or the duck that's holding the umbrella. So there's certain things here that you have not been wanting to see, and it's time to face those things, situations, or have those conversations so you can heal. And with that, you will be able to go to your Ten of Pentacles and be more abundant and plan for the future. But that is what I'm picking up for you if you picked a pile number 3. If you have any comments, go ahead and comment below. I hope this resonated and connected with you. And I hope you got one little message out of my reading. And I appreciate you so much. If there's any other readings that you would like to like me to do, I can try them. So I thank you so much for your time. And till next time, goodbye.